Hi students, now the next topic is probability. So in probability, 4 marks questions are mainly depending on the deck of cards and coins and dice. So mainly on this 3 concepts they will ask for 4 marks answers. So in that one, first let us see the on dice sum. 2 dice, 1 red and 1 white are thrown at the same time. Write down all possible outcomes. What is the probability that the sum of the 2 numbers appearing on the top of the dice? So the sums are given. First one is 8, second one 13, and third one less than or equal to 12. So as we all know, the number of all possible outcomes when 2 dice are thrown. We have one chart to write the all outcomes on the chart. So first to draw the 6 by 6 chart. Then that in first box you can write 1, 1, 1, next box 1, 2, and third one 1, 3, fourth 1, 4, fifth 1, 5, and sixth 1, 6. Like that you continuously horizontally you should write 1, 2, 6, and vertically you should write the again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So totally you will get the 6 into 6, just like 6 units on horizontal line and 6 units on the vertical line. So we will get the 36 boxes. In that boxes you will write the order case, which are outcomes of this 2 dice. So now here by finding out this sum of the 8, 13 means by seeing that chart only you can easily observe the sum of the numbers on the top of the dice or which are favorable to get the sum 8. So in that one, to get 8 you need to get the outcomes which are favorable. Or what are they? We will start with the 2, 6. Why? Because 1, 7 is not possible. Why? Because the highest number on dice is 6. As we all know, dice has 6 faces. That's why it has this 1 to 6 numbers on that one. That's why it has only maximum number 6 and minimum number is 1. So 1 to 6 they are having. Now by adding the digits on that one, we have to get 8 while throwing the 2 dice. That is the first event. So like that we can do the sums very easily. Probability of an event formula we already know. What is the formula? If P of E is the event, then P of E is equal to number of favorable outcomes by total number of all possible outcomes. By using that formula you can easily do that one. And next on very important in this one, dice. Coins. A game consists of tossing a 1 rupee coin 3 times and noting its outcome each time. Honey wins if all the tosses give the same result, that is 3 heads or 3 tails, and loses otherwise. Calculate the probability that honey will lose the game. So this type of problems are based on the playing the games. So here he is tossing the one coin, 1 rupee coin 3 times. So 1 rupee coin 3 times means we have to find the number of all possible outcomes while tossing a coin in 3 times is already we have the formula. So by using that formula we can easily find the number of outcomes. Otherwise you can write the outcomes by means of the arrangements. Okay. I will give that answer on that chart on the screen. Okay. Next, one more sum on the dice. A die is thrown twice. What is the probability that? First one, 5 will not come up either time. 5 will come up at least 1. So that is that one. While throwing the 2 dice means here also we have to write the 6 by 6 chart, and each boxes we have to write the pairs of that digits come up on that dice. So here one thing you have to remember, while throwing your dice 2 times. 1 dice 2 times. We'll get the 6 square. 6 into 6 is square. Totally 36 outcomes. Or 2 dice at a time. 2 dice at a time. While throwing the 2 dice at a time. In that case also we have to get the totally 6 into 6, 36 outcomes. In the same thing in coins also. While throwing one coin 3 times or 3 coins at a time. 1 coin 3 times or 3 coins at a time. So both the outcomes are same. So here the formula is 2 to the power of n. To the power of n. N is the number of times each coin is tossed or number of coins. Okay, we will use the sum formula in simultaneously. So now one more important, very important. Okay, 2 customers, Sham and Ekata, are visiting a particular shop in the same week. As week taken as a week from Tuesday to Saturday. That means only 5 days they take. Each is equally likely to visit the shop on any day as on another day. What is the probability that both will visit the shop on the same day? And the second is consecutive days, and third is different days. So like this sum is just like dice sum type of thing. Here we have the 5 days and we have to get the 5 into 5 combinations. Here also we can write the chart. Okay, so because here 2 persons, Shama and Ekta, just like 2 dice, and they are having the Tuesday to Saturday numbers. Tuesday to Saturday, just like that one. So Tuesday to Saturday are the numbers on that dice. That is that particular dice having the 5 faces. You can type like that. You can think like that, and then here you can get the 5 into 5 number of all possible outcomes. That also I will give on the screen. Next, one more important. A box contains 12 balls, out of which are black. If one ball is drawn at random from the box, what is the probability that it will be black ball? If 6 more black balls are put in the box, the probability of the drawing a black ball is now double of what it was the before. Find x. Okay, this is also very important. So practice well. I will give it also on the screen. Okay. Now here these are the enough for the probability sums. So while doing these probability sums, first you write the while starting the sum, first you assume the event, whatever the given. Okay, starting is like that, like this. Let A be the event of getting so and so, and you have to write the number of all possible outcomes and then number of all favorable outcomes regarding that event. And the class you have to write in ratio form. P of P is equal to number of all favorable outcomes by number of all possible outcomes. So think in point of view, we can get the sums very easily. Now in statistics, as we all know, in statistics mainly mean, median and mode. They will ask 4 marks particularly in mean and median. So they may be asked mode for 2 marks. So let us discuss mainly mean and median. As we all know, mean having the 3 methods. One is direct method, and the second is the assuming method, and the third is the step deviation method. So I will give the one sum on that one. First let us discuss the direct method. He has given here number of plants and number of houses. We have to find the mean of that particular sum. Okay, then the second is the assuming method. Here consider the following distribution of daily wages of 50 workers of a factory. Daily wages in rupees and number of workers is given 200 to 250, 250 to 300, 300 to 350, 350 to 400, 400 to 450. These are actually taken as the class intervals, and number of workers in the each wages 12, 14, 8, 6 and 10. That is each interval they are having the 12, 14, 8, 6 and 10. 200 to 250, the number of workers are 12. That means the range of the wages from 200 to 250 wages are gained by the 12 members, and 250 to 300 wages are gained by the 14, like that. So like that. So we can do this method by writing the table. So while doing these sums, these types of sums, table also very important. So in this direct method we have only the 4 columns. First is class interval, second is frequency, and third is the mid value, and the last is fi into xi, that is multiplication of the frequency and mid value of each class interval. And here the second method also, class interval, frequency, mid value. Mid value means, what is the mid value formula? Lower limit plus upper limit by 2, by getting the mid values. Next, the deviation. Why? Because we are taking the assumed method. In assumed method we have di, so that's why di is equal to xi minus a, where a is assumed mean among the mid values. You can select it anywhere, but for our convenience we are selecting with the middle part. So next, at the last we can find the fi di. So actually the formula is x bar equal to a plus sigma fi di by sigma fi. So here we don't write the into h. Okay, don't confuse that. It is only in the step deviation method. What is the step deviation formula? X bar is equal to a plus sigma fi ui by sigma fi into h, and ui formula is xi minus a by h. So for that also we have the one important sum. So like this, the following table gives a literacy rate of 35 cities. Find the mean of the literacy rate. Literacy rate in percentage and number of cities in the frequencies. That is literacy rate in percentage taken as class intervals. Those are 45 to 55, 55 to 65, 65 to 75, 75 to 85 and 85 to 95. The number of cities are taken as frequencies 3, 10, 11, 8 and 3. So for this also we must remember that the table. So first column class intervals, second frequency, third again mid value xi, and fourth is ui xi minus a by h, and fifth column is f by ui. So while doing these sums, the compulsory you must remember that columns names also. While doing these sums also you must write the names on that first column. Okay, first row of that columns. And next, one more important sums in median. So in median we have the most important sum. The median of the following data is 525. Find the values of x and y if the total frequency is 100. Here ACI stands for the class interval and the FR for the frequency. While writing the table, they are considering the class interval as CI and frequency as FR. So here CI is 0 to 100, 100 to 200, 200 to 300, 300 to 400, 400 to 500, 500 to 600, 600 to 700, 700 to 800, 800 to 900 and 900 to 1000. Here in between we have the x and y values, that is frequency values are missed. That missing frequency values we have to find by using the median formula. What is the median formula? L plus n by 2 minus CF by F into H. As we know, all the names of this particular formula, L is the median of the lower boundary of the median class, and n is the sum of all frequencies, and F is the frequency of the median class, and CF cumulative frequency of the class preceding to the median class, and H is the length of the class interval. Okay, so next here one more important sums like this only. So I will give it on the chart, okay, on the screen. So now here graphs. So on graphs also we must get a 4 marks question. So in that one is first one is this one. The annual profits earned by 30 shops in a locality give rise to the following duration. So profit more than or equal to 5, more than or equal to 10 up to so on they are given 35, and number of shafts 30, 28, 16, 14, 10, 7 and 3. Actually by seeing this question, so already they give the what lower boundaries of the class intervals and greater than cumulative frequency. So by seeing that chart you can easily understand that one. So to draw this type of graphs, we have to take the on x-axis lower boundaries, on y-axis the greater than cumulative frequencies. We'll get the top to bottom S long S type, S type curve. Okay. So here while drawing the curves, you must join the points with the free hand, not with the scale. Okay. But on screen, it just look like a joining the scale. So don't do like that. Simply you have to draw the what joining the points with the free hand only. Just like it seems to be a curve. Okay. Next, one more sum here. That is a GCF curve. First one is a GCF, greater than cumulative frequency OG curve. Now second one is the LCF, less than cumulative frequency OG curve. These curves are named as OG curves. Okay. So during the medical checkup of 35 students of class, their weights are recorded as weights less than 38, less than 40, less than 42, less than 44, like that. They are given less than 52. And the number of students 0, 3, 5, 9 up to 35. So here the frequencies, last frequencies or last values are increased simultaneously. So by seeing this question, we can easily find out they are given less than means upper boundaries, and the values are increased from top to bottom. That's why they are given less than cumulative frequency. By seeing the figure or data, we can understand like that. Okay. Now while drawing this graph, we have to take the upper boundaries on x-axis and LCF, that is less than cumulative frequency, on the y-axis. So by taking these values on that, we can easily and draw the graph. Okay. These are the important sums. In next videos from second paper and as well as first paper, I will give some 4 marks important sums on the board. Okay. And also we will discuss 1 marks and 2 marks by one video. Please follow these videos, and this is only for your sake only. Okay. And neatly you should take a notes and do practice all the sums. You don't go anywhere. So simply you have to divide. Already I sent you one beautiful video to all of you. So see that video once, but tell very nicely how divide the time, that is time management. Totally we have 24 hours in a day. In that 24 hours you just divide 3 parts, 8 hours plus 8 hours plus 8 hours. First 8 hours you can do anything, playing, dancing, whatever you think, whatever you do. Okay. Next 8 hours you just sleep, and the last 8 hours you must study in that 8 hours. Just in that 8 hours also daily you should divide timetable for all subjects, mainly on the focus on the math sciences, and the biggest subject social is also there. So keep concentrate on this. So in this corona days, holidays, don't waste time. Okay, just gain as much as knowledge. So we are also very free. So ask any doubts on WhatsApp, and I will be giving these type of videos on YouTube also. Just give the comment on that. I will tell you each and every doubt clearly. Okay, I will clarify each and every doubt very neatly. Okay, so thank you. Stay safe and do hard work in a house.